Happy TGBE, everybody. It's Kate Richburg, and you all are here. I am here. You are here. I was making sure everything was connected. Everything was good to go. So we are set. How are you? I'm doing well. I am super excited to share all of this business that we've got going on today. We're going to have so much fun. Wasn't Candy Cooper fun? Right? And did you see the preview party last night? It was fun. I'll tell you what, it was fun. Good times. So let's get down to it because I've got so much to share with you today. First and foremost, I'm going to be doing some giveaways. Okay. We're going to do 3. And we're going to do one right now, right at the beginning. We're going to do one in the middle. We're going to do one at the end. They're gift certificates, so you need to make sure and email me over at info@beadshop.com to make sure that I have your information. But let me get that banner up. Let me do all this. So first, we've got our coupon code. You know that. Let me put up the info at beadshop.com. Hang on a second. I've got so many banners here. So many banners, so little time. I'm just going to make a fresh banner. Info at beadshop.com. Winner, please email. Okay. There we go. We're going to do that. Let me save it. Oh, let me see, though, if I can spell correctly. There we go. All right, let me show you that. So whoever wins, so we're going to do one now, one in the middle, and one at the end. Enter hashtag party, okay, in the comments. That's how we pull from the live comments. So, oh my gosh. There's almost 300 of you watching. Thank you so much for being here. And Melanie, thank you so much. Folks, do engage with this broadcast. Would you hit that like button if you're watching us on the YouTube, either on the Bead Shop YouTube or on the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube. All right, so let me. We're going to draw in just a second. But let me put this up and say, you can find us all over the web, here on Facebook at the Bead Table, our fantastic bead group, over on Instagram at beadshop.com. Our Pinterest pages are full of ideas and inspiration for you. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. We are inching towards 100,000 subscribers over on our Bead Shop YouTube, and I really, really want that to happen. So hit that subscribe button. I know that you watch. So subscribe for me, please. Everywhere online at beadshop.com. And of course, hit us up anytime at info@beadshop.com. Let me take a bracing drink of coffee. That is good. All right. Let me make sure that our giveaway tool, yes, it is. It is showing. Sorry, I don't know what quite happened there. Let me take this down here. Let me take Melanie's kind comment down. And yeah, it needs to look just like this, just like Kim put in, hashtag party. Okay. And you can enter as many times as you want. It's only going to count one of your votes. Okay. So, or one of your comments. So let me go ahead. I'm going to add the giveaway tool in. So bear with me here just a second. I think that is showing, right? There it is. Bonnie Francis has chips and a Bloody Mary for the watch. Bonnie Francis, why am I not with you? I just have coffee right here. You're my kind of gal. I love it. Well, let's go ahead and choose one. Okay. So let's go and we're going to draw. So here we go. 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 Tammy Cole Passwater, you are the winner. Please email us over at info@beadshop.com. We'll get that $25 gift certificate right out to you, maybe even before the broadcast is done if you email now, because Miranda's over on the computer. And you can use it to shop. You can use it to shop today. Speaking of shopping, don't forget, my friends, we will... we have that. I'm actually going to leave that up there for a second. I'm going to do that there. And don't forget that you use TGBE 15 at checkout to save 15% store-wide. We are also celebrating 20 broadcasts of TGBE since 2020. I cannot believe this is our 20th broadcast. I'm so excited about that. Tammy, there you are. Perfect. Will you look, Miranda, and see if she's on our customer rolls? Mm-hmm. Because we will send you that gift certificate out ASAP. Okay? What was the name? Tammy Cole Passwater. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Yep. All right, Tammy, you don't even need to email us. Unless your email is wrong, but... you know how to make that $25 gift certificate. Miranda's sending it right out to you. Look at this. Bam. Done. Boom. And Jan, the code will work all weekend. That TGBE 15 is actually going to work through Monday. Okay, so you can shop all weekend. All right. Shall we get to the project? I think we should. We've had, let me take down this, that screen. Let me take down this comment. And we're going to do a couple more drawings. Okay, so I'll leave that crawl down there. 25. It's for $1 million. $1 million. All right, let's do this, and let's do this. And, you know, I'm going to take actually the crawl out for a minute because it's a little distracting to me, and I'll put it back up in a bit. Okay. All right, let's take a look at what I've got for you right here. I've also finally, I had some technical difficulties yesterday, but I managed to fix those up. So today's broadcast is all about these new charms, new closures, new beads that we got. You folks have been loving them so much that we're almost sold out. So if you love things and we're sold out of them, put yourself on the notification list, okay? Because we're going to work at the beginning of the week to get a lot of this stuff back in. Some of the semi-precious we may or may not be able to get back in, but I promise you I'm going to get some more 10 millimeter, maybe even some larger stones. But I wanted to show you some other things I'm making. So we've got a lot to cover. Okay, let me zoom in and let me show you here what I've got to share with you. Let me do that. Okay, that looks good. All right, so stones. I have been knotting because, as you know, if you're new here, welcome. You can join me every Wednesday and Friday over on our Bead Shop YouTube channel for my live broadcasts. But I know some of you are old dab hands at this, have been watching me for many years. But my lives go Wednesday and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, and occasional Saturdays. We have a lot of fun on my stitch-ins there. All of this stuff is listed. If you go over to beadshop.com, you go to our homepage and you'll see Shop for Kate's Charm, Bead, and Clasp Party. Okay, all of these things are listed there. Okay. Oh, good. And Tammy just received it. Yay! Look at that. You're welcome, my friend. Congratulations. We'll do another drawing shortly. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about knotting today, this knotting with the 10 millimeter. I'm going to talk to you about these specialty clasps that I've got in. I love layering necklaces. Okay, I love to layer. They're so, taking a envelope or a, what do I want to say? A tip from Candy Cooper. I don't know, something like that. Candy Cooper is the queen of layered necklaces for sure. So, Christine is up. My bestie, been watching me for years. Chrissy and I were just on the phone before this. You folks remember my buddy Christine. She comes to Tucson with me. We do the Tucson shopping. And of course, we were partners in our wonderful bead store in San Francisco called Bidissimo. But always good to have my friend here, my bestie. So there's so many things where to start. So let's take a look at this necklace actually right here. I'm going to isolate this one here real quick. We've gotten a bunch of these really fun, what we're calling gate clasps. Sometimes they're called like C clasps, push clasps. Yes, Cynthia, I promise those will all be back in. We've already been in communication with our vendor. We got a bunch of them in, but you folks shopped like crazy yesterday. So thank you for that. Thank you for that support. And yes, so put yourself on the notification list and you'll get an email as soon as these are back in. We're also going to get some other designs as well. So stay tuned for those. You can see how these clasps, the way they go, they just push right in here. So they're really easy, fun to wear. And it's really, I think, just a fun and easy way to add charms to the front of your necklace. So that's this one. And this one has been knotted. I'm knotting using Ceylon, and you'll see the Ceylon. It's listed on the Bead Party, but you can also go to the Ceylon category, and we have it in regular, which is what I'm using today, fine, and micro. Okay, so we've got those available for you. I got these new ones. This is the Poinsettia Pink, super, super bright, and this lime green, which I love. We used to carry these brights and then they never ever sold. So quite a few years ago, we ditched them. But I'm like, you know what? It's time to bring those brights back. So I think we're going to actually add some other brights as well. Okay, but for now, I've got these two because I'm so glad that you love them. Thanks for validating that. Now, yeah, Kim is asking about the notification. Sometimes, I think there's a glitch in the app sometimes. So what you have to do, if it's not showing up on the project page, go ahead and refresh that screen, and it should come up. I have it on my list for our web guy to take a look at because sometimes it's fine, and then sometimes everything goes south with it. So, so sorry about that. Oh, good. I'm so glad you love the brights. Awesome. Thank you. So I've done that. That's with these 10 mils. This is the Vineyard mix. This is 8mm fire polish, right? Which I love. And I've done this. I showed you folks yesterday, but I think the camera is working a little bit better today. Can you see how I've mixed the colors in those knots? That color is the poinsettia mixed with 2 strands of the grape Ceylon in fine. Okay, so it's a fun way to kind of mix those colors. You don't have to stick to just one color. You can use the regular, like I did here, mix it with a fine. It's a little bit smaller. And these 8mm fire polish have such huge holes that they're really easy to work with. I think, Terry, the brights, I'm going to check and see how they come. I think they may only make them in the regulars, I think, but we'll have that on tap for next week. And and Janice and I will see. I'm going to add some more of those brights and see how it goes. You know, you can also mix black to tamp it down. Look at how fun this black looks with those brights. I know the mixing is so crazy, but I feel like we need some fun, unexpected color, right? So that's this one. This one here. Yeah, that coral, this one would look great with that blue. You can also mix, like, look at this blue and green, right? Look at that. It's like you're going to ski in 1987 in your ski suit, right? I love it. I love it. Okay, so those are the threads. That's the threads that I'm using. The clasps, I showed you the clasps, but let's take a look at this little closure right here. Okay, these closures are our pearl caps, and I'm going to show you how those work. We got these a while back when Janice and I were doing our pearl knotting masterclass, and look at how nice they finish off that bead, right? This is the 10 millimeter. It fits on there really just perfectly. You can also use, I've also used bead caps. Can you see this instead? The bead cap is here. So instead of that pearl cap where the loop is on the inside of the cap, it comes down through the bead around a jump ring and then back up, and I tied a knot down in here inside the cap. Okay, so you can use bead caps as well. We carry a bunch of great bead caps. This is the etched daisy. And again, if they're running low, don't worry. We will have them back in stock very soon. Janice already is like, oh my God, I'm going to have to order. So she's getting ready for it. Okay. So, I'm going to show you how to use those. These are the carabiner clasps, and I have something new to show you. I didn't show this yesterday. I love this look with the carabiner clasps. It's these little screw-on clasps, right? And those carabiners, I have linked them together with this 11 millimeter rope jump ring. Can you see that? Now, something like this I think it would look great as a charm bracelet, right? And you can add your charms like together or separate or whatever. Those are a little bit big. That's for the necklace. But isn't this awesome? It is. It's like a giant paperclip chain. I think it looks like luscious and expensive and interesting. I just love it. And it holds up. Like, here's my Apple Watch over here. Look at how great it holds up to that Apple Watch. You can put some smaller charms, like here, let me take these off of this one. And it makes this jewelry wardrobe, this necklace wardrobe that you're doing really, mix and match, right? So you can have a whole bunch of these really great charms, a really fun one with the bracelets, and just mix them and match them. Look at how great this little verdigris bee looks. Now, I'm going to use this actually in a portion of my necklace. Today, I'm going to show you how I attach that. It would be great for a man's bracelet. Now, the jump ring that I've used, this is our 11 millimeter 16 gauge twist jump ring, and I used it in gold, right? I also did this. I told you yesterday I would tell you how I was using ready-made chain with this idea, right? These are our ready-made chains that we carry. We carry them in, I think, 3 or 4 lengths. 16, 18, 20, and 24, I think, is what we carry them in. And I thought that this small carabiner would look so good on the front. And all I did here, let me show you, is I used the lobster claw that was on the end like that, right? And the loop, and I added an 8 millimeter jump ring. And then I just added this little lotus charm right? Terry, we're looking for some more. I have seen the carabiners that have the stones here. Also, these C clasps that have the crystals set in them. We're going to hope that we're going to get them, that we're going to add to this line, because I just love them, love them, love them. Now, what I also did was I macrameed over this chain to add a pop of color. And I'm going to show you how to do that first. Let me get in there. Okay. But look at, and I thought, you know what? I want to add something. I don't want to add beads, but so I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if it works. And it does. So I just did the plain macrame. You can see that the chain kind of shows through it a little bit, which I like. And let me just show you. Let's start out and let me show you how that goes. Okay. Thanks, Abs. That's totally your style too. I love it. I am loving this. And it's so good for layering. And, you know, we need pops of color in our lives. Don't forget, my friends, tomorrow, Sunday's broadcasts, our friend Abby Berta from the Bead Place. Abby kicks it off tomorrow morning with our second day of the TGBE. We're going to have a lot of fun there. She's got, I don't know how many samples that girl has made for her project, but she's got a great wrap bracelet project coming up. So see what I'm doing. Let me pull this a little further out so you can see what's going on. I'm just using my my bead board here, my velvet pad. Broken chain. Yes, girl. Karen, that's really smart. You could use a broken length of chain or a short length. You know, we sell it by the foot. So let's say you get 2 feet, you only use 19 inches. You've got a few more inches to go. You can just, you know, macrame over it. Sorry, it looks like my computer came unplugged. Hold, please. Hold on here, everybody. Let me just make sure that this is plugged in. Hang on. Yep, I think. Hang on here. Am I charging? I think I am. There we go. Phew, that was close. Sorry about that. Okay, good thing my computer warns me about that. So let me get a little closer here to this so you can see. I've used our clampers to clamp this on, and let me just zoom in here, and you can see I have started to macrame here, right? All I did was I took a length of the CKC in regular, right? Like this. And I just started macrameing. That's with a single, okay? I'm going to add another piece. I'm going to show you what it looks like doubled, okay? Let me just do that. Let me hide that here real quick. Hi, JP. It's great to have you. Thank you so much for doing that moderating. We've had so much fun, but we've missed you. We've already given away a gift certificate to Tammy. We have already, everybody wants more clasps. So we've been having a lot of fun here. So see how I've just added a second strand of our, of the bright to it. So now I'm macrameing with 2. You can see what the 1 looks like here. Okay. And let me just tighten these. You'll tighten them as if they were 2, or that they were just 1 thread. Okay. We have a really terrific tutorial on our flat macrame. If you're new to beadshop.com, go over to our skill builders, friends, and you can check out a whole bunch of skills that you need just for some basic beading tricks, right? We also have a ton of great projects and stuff on the website. Every week we put up new projects, especially when I go live on Wednesdays and Fridays. So see here how I'm just bringing both of these strands underneath like that. It's the basic flat macrame. And I'm coming in, I'm holding both of these strands so everything is even. And since the chain is a little lumpy, you just have to kind of, you know, put it kind of where you want it to go. Okay, you just kind of set it in there. Let me get a little tighter in there for you. And this, my friends, is our ready-made chain that already has the clasps on it. Okay, we also have a chain like this in our chain selection that's called Simplicity. We have some others too that you could use with it, but you know, it doesn't have to be the ready-made chain, but I love how the ready-made chain already has the clasps on it. I'll just do this a couple more and then I'll show you the whole necklace again. So now when you're ready, oh, and Sherry, I agree. The spiral would look amazing with that too, right? The spiral would look great. Let me zoom out just a little. I'm a little bit close right here. So what you could do is you could drop, when you wanted to go back to just this pink, you could drop that green and then just continue in. You could add a little bit of glue, the GS Hypo Cement there, use the thread burner, burn those away, and then continue your macrame. Wouldn't that look great? I think it really is super fun. And you can see it does give it, it's a little bit of a heavier stitch. So let's take a look there. So see that? There's the, push that down just a little bit, tighten that up. But you can see here how great that looks. And here it is with that whole, that screw clasp carabiner right there in the center. It really looks fun. I also was thinking about, with this little length of chain, wouldn't it be cool to just macrame a little section on there for a pop of color? I haven't tried it yet, but that's next on my list. Okay. So let's take a timeout. Miranda's back here in the office, so we will do another quick giveaway. Let me put the banner back up, and then we'll turn our attention to purl knotting. So bear with me here just a second. There's the banner. Enter hashtag party, my friends, in the comments. A lot of you have been, we have almost 400 people watching. This is nuts. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. We're going out on all the platforms. Great Bead Extravaganza, Kate Richburg, beadshop.com, all of them. So thank you all for being here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring this screen back in after I take another bracing drink of my coffee. So it's going to show Tammy right there. Let's go ahead and draw another name. Let's see who it is this time, shall we? Shall we? Robin Jones. Robin Jones. I bet we've got you on the back end, Robin. Do you want to look her up, Miranda? Miranda, Robin, tell me you're here.
Robin R. Jones.
Robin R. Jones, I think that's you. I'll wait for you to confirm. And Miranda will just send that gift certificate right off to you. Just waiting on you. She'll come up. She said she's here. I think it went by super fast. Let me see. Yep, that is her. Congratulations, my friend. Miranda is sending it right out to you as we speak. Congratulations. Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to do one more at the end of the broadcast. So let me take this out and let me take this out and this out. Folks, do remember that you can save 15% store-wide with that coupon code TGBE15, and that coupon code is good through Monday night. So, and it's good store-wide on beadshop.com. All right, let me go ahead and solo that again, and I'm going to show you some knotting tricks. Okay, let's take a look at this one right here. Okay, it's this guy that has that pearl cap on the end. You know, if you want to delve deeper into all of our pearl knotting techniques and education that we have online, we have so many resources for you. You can go to the homepage right now. They are listed over on the homepage. You can download Janice's famous class handout that she's used for, I don't know, almost 40 years for her pearl knotting classes. You can also, there's a link to our masterclass, our pearl knotting masterclass that we just had. So there's a lot of resources. Plus, there's also links to the projects that I did here. Okay. So this stone, this one is the matte sodalite. This one sold out pretty quick, but hopefully I can. I'll get these. I'll get these back in for you. So the beads that I'm going to use for this, I use the assorted jasper. And what I did here was the assorted jasper strand, I actually sorted them by color. Okay. There are a few extra beads here because they're all right in here. These ones here, I took these out and I'm using these colors. I love multicolored strands. I love to sort them and kind of use them in our colorways, you know, in kind of a color gradation. So first we're going to put this pearl knotting closure, this pearl cap on the end, and then I'm going to show you we're going to do some knotting. Then on the other part, because I want to incorporate this into the necklace, this is going to go in there as well. So good question. Monica had a question, and I'll tell you. So Monica's asking about the discount. Can it be applied to the new items that are out of stock? It's on in-stock items only, Monica, but we often offer discounts. So the best way to stay tuned, to stay abreast of what we've got going on at Bead Shop is to go to the homepage, sign up for our newsletter so you get that. And also on the homepage, we usually have a monthly discount that you can also apply. So there's lots of ways that you can save over on Bead Shop. Okay. Also, when you shop with us, you accumulate VIB points, which is very important beaders, right? And you accrue points, and we've got a really generous points discount program. You can also, if you don't have a coupon code, you can also use your points. You just can't use them at the same time. So, so that's that. And yes, Janice, thanks for that reminder. We talked about it before. Sign up on that product page to make sure that it comes back into stock. So let me show you here. Let me get a little tighter in here. Can you see inside? It's kind of hard to see, but there's a loop on the inside of that cup right there. Okay. And what I've done is I've gotten my needle this is a heavy needle. I got the heavy one. You could use the medium. The fine might be a little too thin, but the heavy or the medium weight. And you come in and I hook that loop and I bring that hook. Sometimes I need a little bit of help. Whoops. Of course, all 400 of you were watching. So hang on. See, I've made that hook. That hook comes under the little loop in that pearl. There it goes. And I can see it's come through. So I'm going to grab it. See how I've done that? There it is. Okay. You have to have, the secret is doing that little hook at the end of this needle because you can't get a straight needle through there. Okay, that's the secret to using these types of clasps. So now what I do here is I really carefully, because I don't want to curl this wire, I want to really carefully kind of pull this through, not too fast. I'm going to have my pliers kind of help me. So it goes through and it's on. So your needle is a little wrinkly, right? This is the flexible eye needle, but I'm not going to worry about it. If it bothers you, like if you're like, oh, it's hard for me to get a bead in there or whatever, you can kind of straighten it out, or you could use a wire cutter and cut that little tip away because we're going to have to do this again on the other side. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Michelle. It's a pretty good tip, I will say. A seed bead needle or a sharps needle, that is correct. It won't work. You need that flexible eye, and you can use the flexible or the collapsible eye on this because the holes in these stones are large enough. Now, what I didn't do, what I should have done, but I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side because the holes are pretty big. I actually wanted to put a bead on here first. So I'm going to put a 10-aught, and fortunately the holes are big, so I'm going to go here. Okay. And this is going to go through, and see here, now my thread is underneath. I'm going to go through, I'm going to slide this all the way up. So I've got a tail right there. And I'm going to go through that stone. Thank you, Wendy. Yes. The cap, this is, Cynthia, our pearl cap that we carry on Bead Shop. It's on the Bead Party page. Also, it's on our Caps and Cones page as well over on Bead Shop. We carry it in this silver and we carry it in the gold. We're looking to source some other ones as well because I love the finish, the way it looks. It just looks so slick. Okay, so now I've come down here, right? I'm going to take my needle, and the good thing about these large stones is that they have large holes. Now, let's say though, that you wanted to tie this thread in here in the cap, okay? You could. I'll show you that just real quick. I'll take that off. What you could do is you could just come in and tie that overhand knot. You don't want it to be too large, right? Because you don't want that knot to lift that bead off the top, right? So you want to tie a really tight overhand or a square knot down into this cup. And since this thread is so heavy, it's going to give you a pretty large knot. But what you do here, let me get that GS. Where's my cement? Let me see. Hang on, Russell. let me show you how I do that. That's not the one that I want. Hold, please. Let me see. I've got a million. Nope, that's E6000. We do not want that. We want this. Okay. Nope. Sorry about that, everybody. I keep opening ones that are... There it is. There's my good one. Sorry. Okay. So here, I'm going to come in before I tighten that knot up. I'm going to add some GS right there. See that? Now, I'm going to come down and really tighten it. Now, as long as the bead is going to tamp some of this knot down, okay? So I think this will be okay. I'm going to add one more little blob of glue here, like this. Okay. And that's also, my friends, remember I mentioned on this necklace, when you use the bead cap, that's the same thing, right? You go through, you come back up, you go up, and that knot is tied right in here. Okay. So now what we do, now if I were doing this in real beading time and not on demo time, I wouldn't singe these threads away, but I'm going to go ahead and singe them away now just to get them out of the way. I'd let this really set for a bit, but it's going to be fine because the thread burner kind of cauterizes these threads. And I want the rest of these threads to kind of be gone. So see here, I get the thread burner right in there. I press and pull. Okay. And there is a little bit of smoke from that because it did burn it away. Make sure and put your lid back on. We carry these really great thread burners. They're really fantastic. We also carry, if you're the tip of your, whoops, like I just did, oh my goodness, if the tip of your thread burner breaks, though I think this one's okay, we carry replacements. Thank goodness. Okay. So here we go. There's that cap. And let's go ahead and put this bead on, okay? And the reason that I think this is going to work is because I can tamp this down nice and tight. And I think that this pearl, or this bead rather, is going to push that knot down. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a little bit, can you see? There's a little bit of space there, right? So we could do a couple of things, right, with this. You could use a bead at the end that has a large hole, right? Something like this that would cover so that knot would go inside, right? Though I think I can probably get it, but you can see I'm not going to fight with it. But see how cool that looks, that big one next to it, right? This is the regular sized Ceylon. So the regular is the biggest. If you're doing this with fine or with micro, you won't have that issue. But let me see, I've kind of manipulated it a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for it, right? Just like that. We're good. All right. And so I am going to show you, let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom out. I could put a jump ring. I could put, you know, there's all kinds of stuff I could do with that, but I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to tie that knot real tight on there. Okay. Let me zoom out just a little. There we go. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I try and keep all of my mistakes to teaching moments, right? And believe me, I make a lot of errors. So I've just resolved myself earlier, to just let them be teachable moments, right? So, okay, so let me show you. And I thank you, Robin. I don't plan them. I just screw up a lot. Right. So I like to say going live is not for the faint of heart. All right. So here we go. I'm going to show you my fail-proof method. We do a whole bunch of different ways of pearl knotting, but I'm going to do this fast and furious one right here. And I'm going to do it again slowly. See how I just flipped that through? I'll do it again for you. Slow it down. But I've tied my knot right here. Okay. Now you can have a pair of knotting tweezers, which we have right here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mary. I do need to cap my glue. Thank you for seeing that, my friend, because there's a little puddle of glue over there. Thank you. Thank you. So I can use these tweezers, kind of walk my knot up like that. Okay. And before the knot is tightened, I just use those tweezers to push that knot down. I split my threads and I tighten this down there. Okay. The Ceylon is nice and sturdy. It's not going to break on you. Okay. Knotting tweezers are a real must-have. We were having trouble sourcing them for a bit, but now they are back. So, and 10 millimeter are these beads. That's the bead size. So let me put another one on. Okay. Let me show you. I'm going to show you another foolproof method. If you go to the other pearl knotting resources that we have, folks, and they're on the homepage right now, but they're also our pearl knotting masterclass. We've got a whole bunch of pearl knotting under our pearl knotting projects. So watch this here. Let me show you this. Okay. See how my knot is loose right here. Watch what I do. I'm just going to pull this thread towards me and I push the pearl, in this case the stone, away from me. And look at how one is a little bit longer than the other, so I need to pull on each one. There it goes. Notice how that pearl, or the bead rather, pushes that pearl into place, right? Give it a nice stretch. And as Janice is saying, when you tighten the knot like this, you are stretching that thread. So there's no need really for pre-stretching. Okay, so see what I do? I wrap my thread around my hand and then underneath to create that knot. Okay, now let me do that again. I'm going to put on this pearl, and the pearl, I just keep pushing that pearl, holding these two threads as if they were one. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and see how this finger is holding everything steady. It's this hand, my right hand, that's pulling the thread. And if the thread is bunched up a little bit, pull first one and then the other before it gets too tight. Pull the bead up, split those threads, tighten it down. Okay. We usually pre-stretch silk, Terry. I don't often stretch the nylon because especially this Ceylon is really like a bonded nylon. It's really, really great. Okay, so here it is. I'll come through. I've already put my bead on. Pull it through, bead down, and up. See how that is kind of in real time. Okay, put the pearl on. I keep saying pearl, it's a bead. It's a semi-precious bead. Semi-precious. Okay. Put this through like this and like so. Okay. That's it. So the thread doesn't get, this is a really, really great question, Kim. And I'm going to actually put myself on here because I actually need to string some of these super fast. So let me really go at Kate speed. The thread won't get fuzzy because, well, number one, this is nylon thread, right? So the nylon thread really holds up well. But also, you want to make sure, my friends, that the thread is not too tight in the holes of your necklace. Okay, I'm going to do this really fast. I'm going to show off here. In our pearl knotting masterclass that we did, and Janice has put the links up, it's a 5-part series. And the first one or two, I think, we talk about thread. We talk about how to decide, right? Choose your threads, pick your threads, to test. There's a whole art to doing the thread, your thread choices. Silk will get a little more shredded if it doesn't fit. Okay, so you really want to make sure that I need about that much. You really want to make sure that you are that you're using the right size thread. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and look at the comments. So Cindy, I used, and I think I have it listed, this is the heavy one. You also need to match your needle weight to, I've got a little knot here, to your beads. This heavy one is nice and sturdy. It fits well through the whole sizes of the beads, so I don't have to worry about it. For this particular iteration that I'm doing, I would use the heavy or the medium. Okay. Pearls, usually I do medium or fine. Okay. So let me put a few more on here. Good time to ask some questions. I'm going to run over just slightly, but our next presenter is Jill, the wonderful Jill McKay, and she doesn't go on until 11:30 Pacific. So I've got just a little bit of time. I'm going to go over just a hair, but because we've got one more drawing to do. So my friends, don't forget to add, let me put this, I'll put save store wide with coupon code TGBE and hashtag party. There we go. Hashtag party to be entered in the drawing. There's another question that Terry had that I will answer. So Terry, it's a good question. When we're using the same color, yeah, 2 strands over single. So notice when I am using a doubled strand, not only is it giving me that doubled strand strength, but it's also allowing me to walk the knot down, right? I split those threads, tighten it down. I always use a doubled strand. We talk about this in the masterclass when we do float necklaces, right? And we use that single strand of the griffin silk with needle on it. We deal with that a little bit differently. That single strand, though, is actually a doubled strand of thread that's been twisted. So I always, if I can, use a double strand. Okay. And if the thread that you're using won't go through double, that's when I go down a thread size. Okay. Yeah, I do make it look easy. You know, Karen, I have been knotting pearls since 1992. So what is that? 30 years, right? I do make it look easy, but you have to remember I'm at work right now. So I can't, I've got to make it look good, right? Let's take a look at adding how this will look with that other bit of chain, and then we'll do the drawing. Okay, so here we go. And oh, Janice, fantastic. We also have a great handout for the float necklace. We call it the tin cup necklace, if you remember that from days of yore. You can find it. If you go over, as I say, go over to our archived projects. Our archived projects has a lot of our old, when we were a brick and mortar store, has a lot of our old class handouts that we used to use in our world famous classes. Okay. Also really great. Oh, no, Kim, we're not retiring. No, must have been, maybe it was someone else. I know Kelly Sutton from Kelly's Beads is retiring, but we're not going anywhere, my friend. Trust me. And this is actually the Ceylon, very similar to Eslon. I use about 3 times the length and double it. Okay. And that's also covered in the handout as well as in our masterclass. Okay. All right. So this will connect right to there. So I'm going to do that. Let me connect it. Yeah, our friends at Bead-A-Holic were so sad about that closure, but rest assured, all of us here at the TGBE, we're doing great. Thanks specifically to folks just like you who support us through thick and thin. Thank you so very much. So see how I just connected that? Okay, so take a look here and let me show you how that looks on. So here we go. I'll show you. So I'm going to come around. Yeah, Janice is saying she's old enough to retire, but what would she do? I know, JP, literally, what would we do without you? So see here, I'm going to come in. This is about how long I need to make this. Okay, so let's take a look. I've got about this much more to knot. Okay, yes, I have heard that Sundance, our endless source of jewelry inspiration, they are in some trouble. So that's kind of a sad thing to think about. All right, let me put this here. Let's go ahead and do the last drawing, and then we'll finish this up. I want to make sure I don't go over too much because we've got our Jill McKay coming. So let's go ahead. I'm going to add this back to the stage. Robin, you are our last winner. You emailed Robin's already, right? So we've given away 2. Here's our last one. We have 329 entries. This is great. We have over 400 people watching. Thank you, folks, so much for being here. We so appreciate you. Roma Kachanis. Kachanis.
Oh, yeah, she is.
We've got you, Roma. Miranda's emailing you your gift certificate right now, my friend. Right now. Awesome. Wow. Congratulations. Okay. All right. So congrats. So that concludes the giveaways, but let's finish real quick. I'm going to take about 5 more minutes of your time, and then we will we'll wrap it up. Don't forget, my friends, this was the giveaway that we did just right here on our just live on our stream today. but do remember that you can go over to the Great Bead Extravaganza page. You can find the graphic that says enter to win, and we are giving away 3 shopping sprees. All of the companies have chipped in with $15 gift certificates, so it's $150 from all of us, and we're giving that away 3 times. So you put in your email address, we choose, I don't know, in about a week or 2, and you'll get an email notifying that you are the winner. Okay, so congratulations to all of our winners today. And yes, Roma is there, so congrats, my friend. You should have it already in your email inbox. All right, let me show you this real quick, just to finish this off. So what I would do, I don't really have enough time to finish this knotting, but I wanted to show you how this is going to look. Look at how great this looks with this coming down here. On the other side, what we will do is we're going to toss another one of those pearl caps, and I think I'm going to put one of these big, beautiful kind of rondelle brass beads on this side, right? So we would do a few more of those. Then it would finish up here. We would do the same thing, that same closure, right, that I did on this side, okay, tying that off. So let me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to demo it just real quick because I want you to see it differs just a hair, and I want to show you what happens. Okay, so because I don't want to leave you hanging. So here's that one, right? There's that right there. Now I come in and I get a second bead. I put it on. Sorry, I'm going to take this out here real quick. It feels like my camera is lagging. Bear with me here just a second, everybody. Hang on. Add that back in. There we go. I think I'm good, maybe? I don't know. Are you seeing that? I guess it's okay. And now I come underneath. See, there's no knot there. Okay? And I'm going to come in. I'm going to come underneath there. Underneath that loop. There we go. And I'm going to pull it through. Bear with me here just a second while I get that through. This is the toughest part of the whole thing. What I do also here is, Janice, I have a few minutes. Jill's not on until the 1/2 past the hour, and that's why we build in just a little bit of extra time. So I'll get this done. I always bite off a little bit more than I can chew, right, on these broadcasts. Get it through that loop. Get it. Get it. There it goes. Oh, come on. It was there. Let me see if I can grab it with the tweezers. Have you ever tried to do this demo in front of 400 people? Hold, please. Okay, hang on. I'm going to reset, clip this away, right? Don't get it. Don't get fussed. Curve it up. There it is. Put it through. See how I'm talking myself down? Put it through. Grab it with the pliers. It's only beads, my friends, only beads. These curved chain nose come in so handy for moments like this. These are the ones I want. There it comes. See that? This bead is not the boss of me, right? So do note, no knot right there. Okay? Now watch what happens. I go through. I go through this bead. Right? The hole is large enough. See how that sits really nicely there? Now I tie a square knot, right? Right over left, left over right, turn it around, add my glue, do the same thing, and we're good to go. Okay? That is it. So Karen K, you can also, instead of this pearl cap, but it comes easier. You can do it. Just breathe yourself through it. You can use an end cap, just as a reminder. Let me get a little tighter in here. Okay. Little bit tighter. You come through, you put your bead on first, through the bead cap, through a jump ring, back up through the bead cap, either tie the knot here, right? Or bring it up and tie it in between here. Okay, I did the same thing with this small one right here. Okay, so that's it. You can do, you don't have to have this specialty pearl one at all. Okay. Miranda, you're getting a shout out from our friend Margaret Sloan.
Oh, hey, Margaret.
Thank you, Miranda, for being so on point with customer care. It is true.
Oh.
We care immensely about each and every one of you. So thank you so much for all of you being here for day one of TGBE. I know I went over just a touch, but you've got about 15 minutes before our buddy Jill McKay comes on with a really fantastic bracelet project. Do know you can reach out to us anytime. Use that email at info@beadshop.com. We're everywhere online at beadshop.com on socials, so you can feel free to tag us so we can see what you make with our beautiful beads and our beautiful projects. Don't forget, if you are watching on YouTube, either right now or on the replay, our numbers are inching up, and the more that you subscribe, the more that you like, interact, comment, more people find our content, and that's super important. So thank you so much for that. We have a wonderful Facebook group that's almost 10,000 beaders strong over on Facebook, the Bead Table. Our Instagram handle is at beadshop.com. And of course, our Pinterest pages. You remember Pinterest. We've got a lot of inspiration over there for you. So again, thank you so much, folks, for being here with us. Go over Bead Shop, sign up for our newsletter. Watch me every Wednesday and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. And I can't wait to see you folks again. Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you. Have a great rest of your TGBE, everybody. And I'll see you Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific for our show and tell. Thanks all. Bye-bye.